Hello, Vincent Valentine EX Turk, bringing you with just the analysis on this one. Our two warriors are from two different universes. I'd call this a multi-universe death battle. We got, in the first quarter, Yu-Gi-Oh! The Egyptian God card Oblesik the Tormentor versus the might of the powerful Iron Giants of the Final Fantasy series. Now, we're going to be mostly using Final Fantasy 15 Iron Giants because they're the strongest and they're the smartest and self-aware versions of the Iron Giants. The other Final Fantasy Iron Giants don't count, so we're not going to do the Final Fantasy 7 one that was Protector of Genova and Final Fantasy 7. Now, who I think would win? This wouldn't be a quick one. It'd have to be Oblesik the Tormentor. Because, because Iron Giants have a big weakness. There is flesh under the Iron Giant. Iron Giant, think about the ecology of Pyramid Head from Silent Hill. If you were to shoot and break off a piece of a mask of Pyramid Head, even though Pyramid Head's supposedly immortal, it'd go back. It'd get scared because how much pain the Pyramid Head would have. Well, if you were to break Iron Giant's armor, and this is why I said I wanted to choose the Final Fantasy 15 one, because it's self-aware. Because once you beat Iron Giant health all the way down to a little bit, it starts to walk back. So it knows that it's screwed or fucked when the armor breaks off. It knows when it's about to die, so the Iron Giants do show fear. That's why I gotta say Iron Giants are the scariest of all the Final Fantasy monsters, because it's self-aware. Especially in 15, when you go down to its health, it knows. More likely, the Iron Giant would run away from Obelisk if it does survive a Fist of Fury. The Fist of Fury would be enough to break at least a big chunk of the armor, leaving flesh exposed, but it wouldn't be done with it. If I know anything about Yu-Gi-Oh!, the Obelisk finishes his attack, so Obelisk would be able to do one big Fist of Fury without even having to do the sacrifice two monsters to get infinite strength. It'd be enough to destroy one Iron Giant because it would go straight down into the iron, crack it, get into the flesh, and bam! The Iron Giant's gone. It'd be the same thing with the Red Giants. The only one Obelisk would have trouble with is the Black Giants, and that's because the Black Iron Giants, the one that's in the Magic Tech Factory in Final Fantasy 15, those could talk because those are actually the king. Just like there's a Behemoth King in Final Fantasy, there's actually also an Iron Giant King. And the Iron Giant Kings are pretty tough. You have to actually be level 99 to face those. And have all your weapons with you because you lose your weapons in that part of the game. But again, if the Black Iron Giants gave Obelisk reason to fight seriously, Obelisk would have to just sacrifice two monsters, or in the Final Fantasy world, sacrifice two just monsters. Infinite attack, turns red, and even the armor, both the armor and the flesh would be evaporated. So that would be a quick death battle. Oblesik the Tormentor would win. I don't like to have my biases, but and plus, if anything, the Final Fantasy monsters aren't, even the powerful ones aren't that strong because they never make a Final Fantasy monster stronger than the last bosses. The only two Final Fantasy monsters that are stronger than the final boss would be the Cactuar or Tomberry because they can do OTKs. You know why? Because Tomberries and Cactuars are troll monsters. Their whole purpose is to troll the player. So the Iron Giants aren't as strong because they are considered regular monsters. There's not actually been one Iron Giant monster that was a legit boss. Unless we get the Black Giants as a boss in a dungeon in a DLC future. Otherwise, They never make any monsters in Final Fantasy universe stronger than the final boss. Even its level 50 Sephiroth could take down even the Final Fantasy 15 Iron Giants because, you know, all you had to do is cut some armor, put some bio, which is poison, on the tip of the blade, get in the flesh, the battle would be over. So, you know, Iron Giants aren't weak. Iron Giants aren't weak, but they're not that strong because they're still considered a regular class monster. You just have to be a higher level to beat them, but they're still a higher class monster. So, Obelisk would win. So, yeah, Oblesik would beat it. And I'm going to end it with just how it is. Now, however, the Black Giants could give a better fight because the Black Iron Giants are the kings of the Iron Giants, but it'd still be the same thing. And if Obelisk gets serious, you know, get the infinite attack, which in Final Fantasy terms, get past 99999, which it's infinity, so that's the only way you can go past that. So, and there's nothing that can go past the force of infinity. In fact, just the Fist of Fury at the infinite attack would blow up the Iron Giant, both the armor and flesh. And if you look at the ecology of an Iron Giant, it had to be like Pyramid Head, because I'm pretty sure there's something inside the Iron Giant that makes the Iron Giants walk and do everything they do. And in Final Fantasy 15, when you beat the Iron Giants a little bit, when you get to their last health, they walk back. They walk back and run away. They try to walk back because they're self-aware. So Oblesik the Tormentor would win that one, and it's a quick one. Like and subscribe.